Welcome back to Hannity. So last night, Hollywood elites, they got together for the first of many self-congratulatory award shows slated for 2017. And while those in attendance spent most of the night patting each other all over the back, Meryl Streep decided to bash our incoming commander-in-chief. Take a look.
You and all of us in this room really belong to the most vilified segments in American society right now. Think about it. Hollywood, foreigners, and the press. So Hollywood is crawling with outsiders and foreigners. And if we kick them all out, you'll have nothing to watch but football and mixed martial arts, which are not the arts. When the person asking to sit in the most respected seat in our country imitated a disabled reporter, it kind of broke my heart when I saw it, and I still can't get it out of my head because it wasn't in a movie. It was real life. Disrespect invites disrespect. Violence incites violence. When the powerful use their position to bully others, we all lose.
All right, true to form, President-elect Trump, he responded on Twitter, writing, quote, Meryl Streep, one of the most overrated actresses in Hollywood, doesn't know me but attacked me last night at the Golden Globes. She is a Hillary flunky who lost big. For the 100th time, I never mocked a disabled reporter, would never do that, but simply showed him groveling when he totally changed the 16-year-old story that he had written in order to make me look bad. Just more very dishonest media. Joining us now, the host of Michelle Malkin Investigates, CRTV.com. You know, actually, I got to give Joe Concha credit at the Hill because he went back. And I'll just run the video, not the audio with it, of all the examples of Trump using his hands in the exact same way he supposedly used it when, quote, mocking this reporter, which he didn't do. It's been debunked. But what is your reaction in general?
Well, in general, this idea that fake news is the big problem in America is fake news itself. The problem is fake people like Meryl Streep, who mistake their acting abilities for intelligence and who mistake their box office appeal, which has been dwindling on her part for a long time now, for political appeal. These are marginal people who live in a bubble, and they are very desperate to cling to whatever iota of relevance they still have in public life. You know what they should have done, Sean, is send some therapy dogs into that Golden Globes theater, because that's what these people
need. The snowflakes need some help, the poor little snowflakes. You know, all these celebrities, now Leonardo DiCaprio stands out as the great hypocrite in this, but all of them are just so pathetic. A goodbye video to poor President Obama. They can't handle what has just happened. The American people. Look, I love MMA and I love football, okay? So I'm one of those bitter Americans clinging to my God, guns, Bible, and religion. But listen to how pathetic these people are.
You know, you felt those first three words of the Constitution, we the people. Like, it was one of those first times in my life that I felt like I was really part of that we.
He just changed all the rules on the table in regards to Cuba with the most succinct motivation imaginable.
I heard our president say that climate change is the most important issue facing not only this generation but all future generations.
We got the Affordable Care Act passed because I have relatives that, you know, can't afford health insurance. So it was really a great thing to know that if something happened to them, they get cared for.
Obama kissed the rings of murdering dictators in Cuba. And number two, Leonardo DiCaprio, he wanted to celebrate New Year's Eve twice. So he flew from Australia to Vegas on a private plane, and he's lecturing us about global warming. Really? Climate change?
Really, and of course he's lectured the American people about greed when this is a guy who's been knee-deep with corrupt Malaysian officials and has yet to give back their money. Spare us the lectures about diversity and tolerance and goodness and understanding Hollywood. Really, there's no one nastier and more intolerant and more hypocritical than these people in Hollywood, and they are proving, as they did last night and with slavering videos like that, why they lost. Instead of having some measure of self-introspection and humility, they're doubling and tripling down on their open contempt for the majority of the American people.
Isn't that what it all is, though? In other words, all that red that we show on the map, the people that work hard, play by the rules, pay their taxes, obey the laws, they have contempt. All these people live in millionaire lifestyles, expensive wines and dinners, sort of like cable hosts who are all overpaid. And these people seem so out of touch with those people out of work, in poverty, on food stamps, that can't buy a house. And finally, we might have an opportunity to turn it around, and they just hate the guy.
Right, and they're so bitter, and they are such grievance mongers. You know who they should be mad at? Hillary Clinton. They poured tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars of their money into her coffers, and what was their return on investment? They are directing their anger at the wrong people.
And by the way, I mean me too. Honestly, these people are so out of touch. They need to do some real work some years in their life and get in touch with people that are really struck. 13 million more on food stamps, 8 million more in poverty, the lowest home ownership rate, 51 years, double the debt. It's ridiculous. Michelle, thank you. Appreciate it. And coming up, ISIS.